I'm actually very excited that we are now finally approaching the test, the island test, and I guess my prediction was correct. 3 episodes. It's not nothing to celebrate, but I guess it makes sense to have 3 episodes at most, I would say, for the preparation. So first thing first, I would like to say regarding each specific things that happened throughout this episode before we go on to overall what will happen. And I think it's overall what will happen, especially the thing that is expected to happen, which we'll talk about it later. Okay, first thing first, third year, which I think this is the first time that we have at least sorry, not first time, because the first we're doing first year we have Manabu, but it is the first time that we have a test with the third year, and I guess in some way that because of the test that a third year, which is Kyuan, sorry for my pronunciation, is finally a third year student is finally approaching to join because of how the test is evolving every year. I guess this is considered to be like it's not nothing a big deal. It's just that now we felt more alive because instead of the test, it's just instead of the test is just focused on first year and second year. This is the first time we're actually going to see a student from a third year who's going to participate in the test, and we get to see more students. And Kyrian, who is very exceptionally who have interest on Ayanokoji because just instinct. Of course, there's a lot of questions you can ask, like since when is it really just his math test that makes her has this kind of like instinct now, no, the aura that she felt for him, or it could be more likely. I would say, I think from Manabu, and as well as I forgot his name again, the president right now, the yellow haired guy who also has interest in Ayanokoji. Maybe there's also one reason that she's also interested in Ayanokoji. Though I wouldn't say much, but having a relationship with a third year might prove useful. Because I remember now, is that even when first year, where there was a exam or something, where Ayanokoji have a contact with one of the senior to ask questions. So I guess having a senior could prove useful. And regarding Ayanokoji, back then when he was with Manabu, Manabu did inspire him to become who he is today, right? Um, give him the inspiration to kind of like leave a mark more, so to speak. And maybe Kirian might be the next person who also inspire him. Or might be just another character, or might be a senior where he can rely on in case of another test coming. And I would say why is it important? Because as this could be the only test, final test, I guess, because after this is obviously Tsukisho will fuck off and then we'll never get to see him again. But in this kind of special test, I think having alliance, having people that you can rely on is important to survive. Right. So I guess that's that. I would say the biggest thing, this is the biggest things that happen after everything that happens from episode 6, 6, 7, 8, is that we can clearly see there's so many tension going on. This is going to be a survival test, and we are going to see many battles. Well, battles between different students. We have different goals, different relationship, common enemy. Especially, I know Koji himself having a bounty on his head, right? So could be like more than maybe some NPC first year that we never say wanted to take him down. Like we get to see, right, so many tension that is being created between all the students, and the test is gonna be the battleground where you can prove your superiority, prove a point, and beat the hell out the one that you have a grudge on. And at first when you watch episode 6, 7, right, 8, right, I didn't feel that because it's just like still building up. But as it's approaching to the end of this episode, that we are approaching the test already, that is kind of hit me like, oh my god, it's gonna be chaos, it's gonna be messy of what's going to happen next, which is I don't even know what to say. Like there's a lot of things you can point out between the first year, obviously first year, and Ayanokoji, and then Nanase. It's hard to believe that Nanase is the White Room, but the way she acts sound like a fucking robot, so maybe she is. So she must be an excellent student. I mean, yeah, if we get to see a bit of her potential. But again, I think I did say before this, we never really know whether is it really just one White Room student or more. Who knows, right? Then we get what else? I'm just gonna point out roughly. Hosen, and then Ichikawa. What else? Like then Yagami, and then Utomiya wanted to expel Hosen, and then we have Horikita, and then what's that blue hair girl? We went forgot the name. And then we have Riren, Ayanokoji, and then the bald guy, I can't remember. Like, and then the list can go on. And of course, not to mention one of the good Koenji, because he is forced to break the facade, break his shackles, and go all out as possible. Because he has no group, so yeah, he has no group. He's doing this alone. He did try to team up with Hokita. I don't know, he doesn't have group because Hokita did say that only Koji and him that doesn't have a group. But we know Ayanokoji is gonna team up with Riren, right? Oh no. So I guess is soloing as well. Yeah, Ayanokoji is gonna solo anyway. He did plan that, right? So Koji is gonna solo. Ayanokoji gonna solo. I don't know what will he do. I don't know what will he do or what like there's the thing. If I think about it now on top of my head, like there's a lot of things that might happen, the possibility. Riren versus Hosin, for example. I don't know. Utomiya trying to expel Hosin. Like that's why, because of this, why I believe that from episode 9 until 16, let's just say 16, is the number of episodes need to be used to cover this island up. Because I think there's so many things going on. If they try to cover every single pieces, and as far as I know, it's going to be very chaotic, messy. I don't think there's much to say unless like I go to like individually each character. But before I close out, I think I would say that I personally excited for Koenji. We know that Koenji ever since season 1, we know that he is very capable. Sports academy is just that he's that kind of guy where like I do whatever I want. And this is a test where he has to do to his very best in order to survive. And he make a deal with Origita, a deal that literally give him the freedom. So of course he won that. We're gonna finally get to see Koenji is gonna be to show his true form. Literally, he's gonna start ripping his shirt out and be transform something, and then being able to whether he wins or not, no idea. I had no idea whether he will win it or not. Even if he did win, I would say that he would not win solely because of his strength or because of things. I mean, it's not a way to discredit him, but I'm just not saying that he will like just beat everyone because purely out of stats. I think that's roughly what we can talk about in this episode. And what a way to end like this month of April, as a way to like, and then as May enter, we are finally going to enter the test. Like, what a way to end. Yeah, but of course, it doesn't mean much, right? But I guess it's something nice to point out. Anyway, that being said, thanks for sticking, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again in the next episode, the new month, and the test is finally going to begin.